Hey everyone, I just finished Genesis chapter 1. Um, so I'm just going to give my thoughts on it pretty briefly. Um, so basically, we have the 6 days of creation. Um, the Spirit of God is creating during these 6 days. So for the first 5 days, the Spirit of God is creating all of nature and everything in it, as far as the animals are concerned, and the trees and the water and the earth and light and darkness and all these things. 3 dimensions of the physical plane. This is all physical plane stuff. Coming from a spirit, which is not of the physical plane, is of a higher dimension that is hard to imagine when you're experiencing the physical plane. So, Spirit of God creating stuff. 6th day, God creates a vessel for his spirit to occupy, and I will explain this because it's a little bit hard to grasp with the way the Bible explains it, but I'll explain. Let me first read how it says it. Then God said, "Let us make humankind in our image, in the likeness of ourselves." That is crucial. In the likeness of ourselves. "And let them rule over the fish in the sea, the birds in the air, the animals, and over all the earth, and over every crawling creature that crawls on the earth." So God created humankind in his own image. In the image of God he created him. Male and female he created them. So, right there is where we see the Spirit creating a physical vessel for it to occupy. So humanity is the physical vessel in which the eternal Spirit of God is experiencing its creation. In a nutshell. I mean, that's the only possible thing I can think of when it says that God created humankind in his own image, yet it doesn't say he created everything else in his own image. Although, I don't know, I think he did. I think all of creation, all of the universe is the Spirit of God. It's a creation of the Spirit of God. Like it is what is there for the Spirit of God to experience. And then humanity is God experiencing it. So then we have God blessed them. God said to them, "Be fruitful, multiply, fill the earth, and subdue it. Rule over the fish in the sea, the birds in the air, and every living creature that crawls on the earth." And God said, "Here, throughout the whole earth, I am giving you as food every seed-bearing plant, every tree with seed-bearing fruit, and every wild animal, bird in the air, creature crawling on the earth, in which there is a living soul, I am giving as food every kind of green plant." And that is how it was. God saw everything that he had made, and indeed it was very good. So there was evening, and there was morning, a 6th day. So, after God begins occupying this physical vessel that he just created for himself, he starts saying to this physical vessel to be fruitful, multiply. So it gives instruction, gives purpose to the physical vessel that he's occupying. In order for life to have purpose, in order for there to be something to experience, like there has to be some kind of purpose, there has to be some kind of intention, in order for life to evolve, in order for, there to be purpose. So, I mean, it's kind of hilarious because here is this eternal Spirit that is occupying this vessel that just created everything, telling itself, basically, to do something. It's kind of hilarious when we think about it like that, but that's how it is. I mean, God is occupying this vessel, and he's telling him to do stuff, to go experience this awesome creation that he just made. And He looks at everything, and indeed all of it was good. You know, that's got to be such a great moment for consciousness, for God, for the Spirit of God, that which is consciousness, that which is human. It had to be such a powerful moment to look at everything and just imagine it all as perfect, as good, not a single defect. But then what? There's got to be something to do after that, and that's where we get into chapter 2, where he starts talking about the serpent and where he built, or where he made a companion for Adam, which is, what he called himself. Decided to call himself Adam. Language. I feel like language and everything like that is intuitive. It's all intuitive. It's all the Spirit of God just bullshitting, really. Like, honestly, that's really all it is. Oh, I feel like calling myself Adam this go around, Like, the Spirit of God is eternal. And he just so happened to pick Adam as the first name for the first person. Fuck it. Why not? Like, it's crazy. The universe is eternal. God is eternal, and he can do whatever he wants, and it's awesome. So awesome. So then he makes a woman for a companion for this guy that's kind of like an opposite entity for him. And this is also dips into chapter 3, actually, with the serpent and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. So now God is presenting this vessel that he's occupying with the ability to gain free will and the ability to either listen to that intuitive, divine, eternal spirit within, or to disobey against it, to go against it. And it's really just the formation of morality. And when he decides to finally eat which is inevitable, when the vessel decides to finally eat the knowledge of good and evil, which was inevitable. It had to happen in order for purpose in life to continue. Like, there had to be some kind of contrast to the good. There had to be bad in order for the good to regain its flavor, to regain its amazing splendor, and to add beauty to the world. It had to happen, and I'm glad it did. Because without darkness, there would be no light. I mean, that was like the first day of creation, make darkness and light as a spirit, and then to offer contrast, and then you've got a vessel, and then that vessel needs something to do, and once it's done everything, once it's named everything, once it's, gone through and conquered the world, it needs something to do. And so God throws evil into the world, and pain and suffering. And those are necessary mechanics for life. Those are necessary mechanics for people to understand and truly grasp what it means to be good, what it means to have free will, and then be able to choose what they want to do with their lives. That's what's so beautiful about life. So in a nutshell, those are the first 3 chapters of Genesis. And that's just like a very metaphor. I mean, it's all metaphorical. It's all the basic components are simply there was spirit, the spirit created a vessel for itself to experience things with. Then it created contrast in life and purpose, and gave life purpose. That was it. That was like the most basic components you can get. And you can read that in just about any religious text, not just the Bible. They're going to have some sort of creation mechanism. So, yep, there you have it, Genesis 1 through 3.